everybody, welcome to the Adept Icarus YouTube channel. We are here for you, and you're here for us, right?
That's why.
That's how this
Whole
works.
reason.
That's how this
Complete
works.
circle.
We're all here for each other. It's a full circle. It's almost like a wheel. Yeah. We're gonna build a new realm for Vi today.
One of the last two that'll probably ever end up on YouTube.
Probably one of the last two that will ever end up on YouTube. Yeah. Maybe there might be one other. We have one recorded that maybe might make its way back out at some point. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe if people really want it, we would do that for them. But they'd have to really want it, you know?
They'd have to like really, really want it, because that one was wild, and it was out there, and it was a big like amalgamation of very different ideas.
It was a thing. It was a whole thing.
Drop a comment if you actually do want that, and when you watch this video back.
Yeah, definitely. We got some visitors in chat. Welcome. Good to see some familiar faces. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about today? I hinted at it earlier. Should we tell them? Should we tell them what it is that we're building?
I think you probably should.
Should we tell them?
Ooh, the radio mic. Let's go.
Yeah. We're ready? Okay. Well, fortune. That's right. We're going to do the Wheel of Fortune card today. This is the day. If you've been waiting for this one, if this is your favorite tarot card, now you get a chance. We have guests.
Mm-hmm. Two of them.
Wonderful guests. We have two very artistic, very creative people joining us today. We're so excited. Who should we start with today?
Let's do the illustrator for the Fool.
The illustrator for the Fool. All right. So this is a person who's been working with us on an illustration for the Fool. It is incredible. I'm just really excited about it. And when people see it, I know they're going to love it. It's edgy. I love it. Anyway, it probably needs, content warnings. It's so great. It's so great. All right. Let's bring in Danielle. Welcome.
Hello. How are you? Hello.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm so glad to hear that you've been digging the art for the Fool. I'm really enjoying doing it. And I had not thought about the content warnings, but you're completely right. You're completely right. It has a little bit of an edginess to it that needs to be addressed. So yeah, hello. My name is Daniel. I am a TTRPG creator and artist from Mexico City. I live in Portland, Oregon, and I've been working with y'all to create the card for the Fool, and now I'm really excited to jump into some of the world building for Wheel of Fortune. You can actually find some of my TTRPG work in a Mexican YouTube channel called Venti Deus, which was a big Dungeons and Dragons world, homebrew world that I made for 3 years. And after that, I started working and collaborating with a team of Roll-D5. That's where I met M. And since then, well, life has taken me to new places. I do a lot of TTRPG stuff from here and there. I'm really excited to see where this gets us. So that's me, and I hope that you enjoy. I hope that we all can enjoy a great world building session.
Yeah, I think we will. We love the Roll-D5 crew around here. I think some of their original crew used to stream Arium, the game that Adept Icarus made, like back in the very beginning. I think probably before they were actually called Roll-D5.
Yeah, we're all about.
Let us in.
We're all about trying every single new gem out there that falls on our table. We will try to make a space to at least make a little showcase of how it works and how it plays, so other people can start playing indie games and start playing independently created and published games, and that's the main mission of that project. And I really love being a part of it.
Yeah, it's a very good channel. I recommend. Sure.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining, Danielle. Very great to have you. Let's bring in our other artist. This is the artist for Wheel of Fortune, the world that we're creating today. Whoo! Joana, welcome.
Hi. Nice to meet you all. Hi, Chad.
Tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. My name is Joana. I am a Brazilian illustrator. I am still currently living in Brazil. I live in the northeast part of Brazil, so it's really hot here. I usually specialize in historical styles, especially European medieval styles. But I'll try to do one on my own style for this Wheel of Fortune. I'm super excited for this project. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter mainly. I do a lot of personal projects, so my client work is really, how do I say it, narrow. My outside client work is really narrow because I choose my clients very carefully. So yeah, I'm super excited for this one, to be honest.
Well, we are so happy that you chose us.
Yes. I'm happy I chose you too. Like I'm really excited for this whole experience here. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I have just started a YouTube channel, but it's specifically for content about Epic the musical. So if you like Epic, you can join there. So yeah.
All right, I'm finding it, and I'm going to link it in the description of this so everyone can go follow.
Well, this is excellent. I'm really excited about this. We're going to build this world together. I think we had a couple of, as we kind of discussed this a little bit as a group, Joana and I discussed it at first because we were talking about concepts for this realm, and the thing that kind of just kept coming back to us that we thought would be interesting is what if casinos, is that how you say it? What if casinos, like maybe you can't, if you've ever been to Las Vegas, or if you've ever been to a place where there are multiple casinos, they're really good at making it so that it is hard to not be in the casino, right? Yeah. Like once you're in there, finding an exit, like I don't know how they handle fires and things like that, but finding an exit is hard. And so our premise was sort of like, what if casinos and nothing else, right? So we'll explore that a little bit more, but we're gonna do world building using Arium Create, which is a game developed in-house at Adept Icarus. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull that up on the screen. Oh man, I already did the full zoomed in view. I feel like I've cheated everyone. You didn't get to see, like, look how many of these we've done.
It's a couple.
So many worlds
Fantastic.
we have built. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So this is for Vi, and Vi has been moving along really well. Em and I have been working on it for about 1.5 years at this point. We started out with 3 realms, and just a hope in our hearts that maybe someday we could finish all 22. How many do we have done now, Em?
Like, I think this is going to be 14.
Wow.
14.
Yeah, 14. We have some that are partially done. So if you include the partially done, we've got like 18. This will be 18.
We're actually getting very close. So
Yeah.
Our goal is to actually be completely done with all of them by the end of the year, and have play tested them, and be able to go to like the next step with this game. So we're getting closer. But part of that is if you're going to make a game that uses a tarot card deck, and you're going to make like lots of unique realms tied to the major arcana, then you have to have beautiful art for all of them. So that's what we're doing here. And what better way to get beautiful art than to involve the artist in designing the thing that it is that you want to art, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for Wheel of Fortune, we're going to start with, well, maybe let's review. Did we update these? I think we did.
I didn't do it personally, but I can if you want to talk about
Oops.
Lacuni.
Yeah, let's talk about Lacuni. So Lacuni is really simple. It's our what is missing or what is left out or what doesn't belong as a part of this world, right? And so we always start out with a couple of them because we're making a commercial product, right? So we don't want to use other people's intellectual property. That's very important. We don't want
Knights and wizards.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want Hasbro coming after us. We don't want Walt Disney coming after us.
Especially
right?
Hasbro, to be honest. Like,
Yeah. You gotta watch out for those guys. So we're gonna avoid their intellectual property that they own, and then we're gonna avoid all things that are sort of hate-based or like anything to do with like racism or homophobia or prejudice, things like that. We're just going to avoid that kind of stuff because we don't want that to be a part of the worlds that we're creating here together. And other than that, we do have a few other things that we were looking to maybe sort of avoid because we've hit them really hard on a lot of our other realms. So we're going to avoid the knights and wizards tropes, the standard kind of fantasy tropes, pirates, fae, that sort of thing, and lean into some other things besides that. So those are all preset, but here as a group, the four of us are going to take just 2 minutes. I'm going to set a timer, in fact. I will play music with this timer. We're still doing chill beats, is that what we're on?
I kind of feeling something new this time. Let's do, what, isn't there a funk one?
Up-tempo funk?
Let's do it.
Up-tempo funk. So we'll listen to music while we do this.
You can just randomize it to make the Wheel of Fortune trope work.
So smart. Roll a dice.
There are 6. Roll a dice. Yes.
Okay. Who was it? D6.
Let's see what the Wheel of Fortune says for us.
I've got one.
You got one?
4.
A 4. Okay, calm flow. We're gonna do calm flow.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll have
a chance to change it. Yeah. So we're gonna grab these little pink sticky notes up here, and we'll write things that we think might not belong in this world. That can be something that you personally are just, it's in your personal set of content warnings. It's something that you want to avoid. Know that we're generally keeping it away from those things that we already mentioned. But if there's something like if we talk about spiders and that's going to be a problem for you, like just write it down. It's fine. We won't have spiders. Where it gets interesting, I think, is when you do something where you say, hey, we're going to avoid this in order to creatively make us work around the fact that we don't have that later on. You have a really good example for this, Em. You want to share? Yeah.
So I was playing this game with some friends, and we decided that there were going to be no heroes in our world. So we put heroes on this, and we ended up making this world of like all villains. And it was a world where people trained how to become a villain before they went off and joined the story and got paired up with a hero. So it was like this world that kept resetting, and not having heroes was like very key to the entire thing. So you can do something just for the fun of it, or you can do something that just makes you uncomfortable.
Of course, yes.
Oh, so it's not just hard no's, right? Like
no,
you can
and
something
we can talk about them. Awesome. If it's a hard no, maybe just put a little asterisk on it, and then we can just know that that's a hard no. We should put that on intellectual property and isms, I suppose. But
it's a great idea.
Yeah. But we can, I think that's good. So if it's something you're like, hey, here's a cool idea, let's talk about it, then we'll just talk about it.
Awesome.
2
Let's
minutes?
do it. I'm ready to go.
Let's go.
I said I was ready to go, but I have no ideas.
Oh.
I see you, Danielle.
I need to have my little chaos, of course.
These chill beats might be too chill for me.
They're pretty chill.
I'm just
They're
like
pretty
floating over
chill.
here.
I'm going to zoom in so people can see. We will start reading these right about now. Actually, I'll read them this time. So we'll read through and then we'll have a little period of time to discuss. So I'm just going to read the ones that weren't at the top already. So we have no free lunch, no indigenous imagery. Excuse me. This is a line we will not cross. So I'm just going to put that up there. We're not going to talk about it. We just will not do that. Okay.
Awesome.
So free lunch, pre-written fate. No pre-written fate.
Interesting.
Everything is up to chance. No ways to cover up or erase what is written.
I like that.
That's interesting.
That is really cool.
No certainty. I feel like pre-written fate and certainty might be kind of grouped together potentially. No freedom of choice. Well,
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. We'll talk about that one because I want to know more. We have animals, no animals. That's also very interesting. No written records, no wheels, and no cause and effect. That is really interesting. So
I think that one goes directly. It is aligned to freedom of choice, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because if you are free to choose, you are under cause and effect, right? Like they're very closely related.
Yeah, like what I liked about the idea of like kind of being apart from the idea of cause and effect is that in a world where everything is kind of randomized or like up for luck, having the certainty, as it says there, certainty, but having a certainty of like if I do something else is going to come out of, or something is going to happen, that kind of defeats the purpose of like spinning the wheel of fortune in a way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because you're not in control of your fortune, like the fortune is not a subject of your choices in a way, I think.
Okay.
So I think that's why it would be that's why a casino world is super interesting, because
Right.
it's not something you do that dictates if you win or not, particularly. Like games of luck are not about strategies, are not about your ability. It's just about the luck,
Yeah.
I
And
think
you
that's a
kind of
great
put
idea.
yourself,
Yeah.
put yourself in the hands of I'm not going to say a higher power, but you put yourself in the hands of a hierarchy that ends up choosing and deciding things for you, and you kind of like navigate throughout the maelstrom of uncertainty, right?
I am interested in this whole there are no written records, but there's also no way to cover up or erase what's been written. So how does that work? Because those are kind of in conflict.
I think
You
they
can't-
are. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you can't, maybe they don't make records because you can't.
Because
erase
if you
it.
write something, it becomes a certainty, and if you write something, it becomes fixed. Maybe maybe in this world something written becomes reality. So writing about anything is forbidden.
Writing about
Interesting.
something also like makes people learn about it. Like when you write about history, you learn with history. So like you don't make the same mistakes, for example, like it ends up becoming a tool to change your fate in a way, to control your fate in a way. So this world probably doesn't want that.
Yeah, so maybe it's like a forbidden thing. You're not supposed to make written records, but
Yeah.
people do still. Interesting. I like that a lot. That's cool.
Yeah, like controlling your fate is forbidden, right? Or controlling your fate is
Yes.
taboo in a way.
Yeah, you're supposed to submit to the randomness of fortune, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be such a cool world. I can already tell.
Yeah.
I'm like jittery with excitement.
Tell us about no wheels. I have a friend who will be very excited about this.
That's just me being silly. I was thinking, like, what if round things that look like wheels are forbidden? There's no deeper thought than this. I think in this room, it's just me being silly.
Maybe someone from the fate
what if wheels are
department hates it.
holy? Like, what if that's like a holy thing that is like something you're not supposed to do because it's reserved for fate or something like that?
I like that.
And roulette.
Oh, of course. And roulette, of course. What was I thinking?
Yeah, the only legal kind of wheel. Yeah.
All games of chance happen in a circle.
I like that we are starting to talk about fate as an entity, like not just a. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I don't know. What do you think, Em? Should we do some kind of voting on these, or do we want to just like let's roll with this?
I'm kind of happy to roll with it, honestly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's talk about animals really quick. I think I'd like to hear more about that before we go on. When we say no animals, just like there are no animals. Everyone's a vegan. They don't have a choice. Is that right?
Yeah, no, sorry, I didn't have like a deeper thought to it. I just hate drawing animals. Like, I can't do it. I just don't like it.
That's perfect. That's actually that is the most valid reason. That is the most valid reason that I've heard today. As a fellow artist, I totally understand this. I feel it so personally.
Yes, exactly. I rather draw anything else, but yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Okay. No drawn animals. It's not happening. It's not on the card.
No, that's fine. I don't think we have any issue there. Very good. Okay. I think this is great. So we have our lacunae, I think. We're all set with the things that don't exist in this world. So next we'll go on to the universal stage. Would you like to describe this one, Em?
Yeah, absolutely. So the universal stage is really meant as like a very, very basic concept. So think like genres. You could put genres here like sci-fi, high fantasy, horror, noir, put down those sort of concepts, but then you can go like slightly broader of like a dark tone, gritty, super light and happy-go-lucky, things like that. We're talking about like doing the most basic framework, the sketch of what this will be. And then we'll go through a phase where we like, okay, I'm kind of feeling like this. Let's combine these two ideas because they're the same or because they're super cool together. And we'll combine them all, talk it out, and then we'll vote for what actually stays in the world. So this is just like every idea that you think would be cool, you can kind of go down right here.
Yeah. Just a note, like we're pretty heavy against the fantasy stuff, I feel like, based on our lacunae. Yeah. So we will try and mainly avoid that. Now, fate, I think, is different from fantasy, so there's some things that we could play with there if we wanted to. But yeah, this could be a lot of fun. Okay. Well, for this one, you'll use the other sticky notes. So everybody has some with their name by them. If you don't like that color, you can sure select them all and change the color. That's really easy to do. Or I can change it for you if you'd like, but would like them all to be different for each of us. That's the main thing. And so I think 2 minutes again should be good.
Do you think 2 minutes?
I think
Okay.
we could do.
Good.
I think we could do 1.5, and we'd be fine. Let's do.
Are we
Depending on the
rolling again
depending on
for
the
the
music,
song?
we get rolled.
Oh
Depending
yes,
on the
roll for the
music, we
music.
roll.
Thank you.
I rolled 2.
A 2. Up tempo funk.
This is what I was waiting for.
Yeah, finally. All right,
Okay.
here we go.
I created an arrow and I don't know how I did it.
I will take care of it for you. No
Thank
worries.
you very much.
This is great. We got a lot of good ideas here. I'm liking it. Just get them kind of lined up. And we usually like to take turns reading them. If y'all are comfortable with that.
That's good.
Good with Danielle. Excellent. You okay with that, Joanna?
Yeah, sure.
I should have mentioned it beforehand, and I did not, so I apologize. Let's have, yeah, Danielle, if you don't mind, I could read through them for us, and then we'll talk about them after we kind of hear them all out loud.
Good. So starting from top to bottom, we have black sticky notes. We have destiny, fortune, success, elevation, luck, felicity. We have bad luck, disappointment, misfortune, mishap, unforeseen setbacks. We then have fate driven with a sci-fi crust.
Ooh.
We have bright lights and catchy tones. We have Art Deco and vintage. We have addictive. Next, we have it feels like a prison, but does not look like one. We have closed spaces. Next to it, we have gambling and heists. Afterwards, we have maze-like. Where is the outside? Then we have gritty world with an oppressive nature. And in the final row, we have colorless existential bureaucracy, kind of like Kafka the Process, or neon punk, overwhelming and captivating, so beautiful you can't look away. We have chaos-driven, people may perish, but revive every Tuesday. We have chip thrills, and we have funky.
Okay. This is great. So I think at this point, let's open it up. If anybody would like to ask someone for more information about one that they didn't write, let's start there. Yeah.
What is Kafka the Process?
The book from Kafka of this guy who gets called without knowing why into a bureaucracy office, and he's being like processed and doesn't even know why, and the entire book is like an entire like it's like a critique on the system, but it's a very bureaucratic kind of world in which like this poor guy has no idea why he's being processed, and he has to spend his entire existence trying to understand why are they processing him, but he doesn't understand because it's been preordained for him.
That's so cool. Okay.
It's a
It's
great
like
book, to be honest.
I
It's
should
like
check
the
that
waiting
out.
room in the waiting room in Beetlejuice after you're dead. It's like
Kind
you're
of
dead.
like, yeah.
Why do I have to sit in this waiting room for 900 years? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. I love that.
In a way, there's a few, like, there are a lot of these that are very part of the same realm, right? Like that one, closed spaces, the prison that does not look like a prison. There's a few, the maze that where there's nothing outside. Some of them like kind of clump together in like this kind of thing.
Yeah. I think neopunk, overwhelming, captivating, so before you can look away also matches with addictive,
Yeah.
because I think it needs to be a space that you just can't help but be in it, not just because of its oppressive nature, but it also has an allure, because I think fortune goes both ways, right? If it's just oppressive, you don't want to be part of it, but you need to have some sort of compellment. What's the word? Like,
what calls
if
you
you
to be
think
here?
you chose to be there, if you
yes,
think that
exactly. That's why the casinos are such a good allegory for this, because it's a closed space, and you play with fate, right? Like some people are so addicted to it that even though they know it's bad for them, they just can't help but try their luck again and again.
Yeah. I love that.
I think cheap thrills also matches with addictive.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. That was like a lot of what I was thinking. We could combine those if you want to. Kind of put those next to each other.
Yeah. We'll do more of that here in a minute.
For sure. Sorry.
As well.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, you're doing good. You have almost as much experience with this as I do.
I want to hear about Art Deco and vintage. Like that's such a
me too.
cool, like different direction I want to hear about.
I like the how do I say this? I think that there's this game that really explored this concept like perfectly. I think it's called BioShock.
Yeah.
Because Art Deco has a really opulent, rich aesthetic, right? Like it's a really appealing aesthetic, but it's also an aesthetic that was highly criticized for being wasteful, and like it's about
lavish.
Yes, it's too lavish, and like it was a thing for the elite, right? But it's something that we are, I don't know, aesthetically attracted to. So I think it would be a nice style to explore if you want to convey this idea that people are like yearning for this, like you are in a space where you feel like you can belong there, but ultimately whether you belong there or not, it's up to fate, not up to you, but you still want to like try your luck on it, like even though you
I
can
love
fail,
that
something
idea.
like that. I don't know,
Me
it's
too.
Cool.
And one of the things that always struck me about casinos is like they do have this lavish aesthetic. They do have this idea that
Yes.
you enter this place that kind of exudes the idea of success and riches, right? But it's always a facade. It's always all of the statues are made of papier-mâché, all of the
Yes.
chips are made of plastic, and all of the people are dressed with costumes. Like nothing, everything looks lavish, but in the end, it's just like a facade, like a pantomime, right?
Exactly. I think pantomime is a great word for it, actually. Like, and I think BioShock did this beautifully on the
Yeah.
game because it's a very opulent space, but you see that it's also in a degraded space. So you always meet like this sorry, I forgot the word, like dichotomy, like this
Yeah.
duplicity on the game.
Yeah.
So I think it's a nice touch if we can
Yeah,
expand
the
it.
game is showing you how horrible the
Mhm.
world can be, but the world is so beautiful, right? So
Exactly.
That's so cool. I love this idea.
Okay. This is great. I think let's move on to the combination stage. So at this point, anyone can propose that we combine two items, two or more items, right? We will combine them for one of two reasons. We will combine them because they are very similar. They belong together. They really, are in many ways the same thing, right? Or we'll combine them together because we love the way they are together. We feel like they are cooler together than they are apart. And the only rule, just one rule, is that any person who wrote something that's being combined with something else has to agree that they will be combined. So if all four of us if we want to put a blue, a yellow, an orange, and a green sticky note all together, all four of us need to agree. If two colors need to go together, the two people who wrote those two need to agree. That's all. That's the only rule. And
Good.
anyone can propose anything they think we should group together.
I am
Go ahead.
thinking of an interesting realm for discussion. Could be the prison that feels like one but isn't. The bright lights. I'm gonna put it here in a second. Bright lights and neon punk. I think these two are very similar. So the prison, the Art Deco. Maybe I'm like combining too much, but the Art Deco. Huh?
Yeah.
Like all of these four together, like I think they have something that could create something unique. I kind of wanted to add the idea of maybe funky to it. So
Yeah.
kind of like I was gonna propose something that could like join these five in a way.
That is so cool that you put Art Deco and neon punk together. That is like a really interesting combination.
I love
Art Deco
that.
neon punk. It just
Yeah.
sounds.
The one thing, and we probably should have mentioned this a little earlier, I guess, is that we do actually have a realm that maybe sort of fits this vibe already, with the feels like a prison but does not look
Okay.
like one. And so
Actually, the one that you did, Danielle, the
Yeah.
art that you did,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's so similar. This group is perfect.
I know. It's gonna be fantastic. But I'm a little like I don't know if I would recommend combining that with these.
That's good.
But I like all the rest of that. I don't have any concerns. Anyone?
Yeah, like these four right here. I'm super happy with it.
Funky Art Deco neon punk.
You okay with that, Joana?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a group, and we're gonna vote later. So
Good.
That's a thing to keep in mind. But we will.
And it
we'll
has
do some
a
voting.
sticky of everybody. It's gonna
It
put
does,
here,
yeah.
like,
That should probably get some
squares.
votes. Yeah. What else?
Jojo, I wanted to propose doing close spaces and maze-like together. If that
Yes.
sounds
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
What about adding heists to that?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm okay with adding heists to that.
I'm good with it. Okay.
What is heist?
It's like
It's
like
when you're
bank
gonna
robbery?
rob a bank. Yeah, like
Yeah.
bank robbery, like Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bank robbery. but it's like tiny bank robbery in closed spaces that are like
Yeah.
a mess.
Mhm.
I think gambling goes with cheap thrills and addictive.
I was
To be
wondering
honest,
that.
yeah.
Do you guys feel okay with that?
I feel
Yeah.
great about that.
Great. Okay. What else?
Hmm.
It's so funny because I feel like these two right here are similar, but they're also a little bit opposite. Yours is fate driven and the other one's chaos driven.
Mm,
Kind of an interesting difference.
mm-hmm.
I think that just something that could be added to a group kind of easily, just to create some sort of chaos, would be to create a bureaucracy gambling. So addictive chip trails gambling and bureaucracy.
I think the concept of
bureaucracy.
the concept of bureaucracy gambling is very interesting because
Mm-hmm.
basically it's a gambling that is not up to you. Like imagine a world where every decision needs to be made by gambling regardless
That's
of what
scary.
happened. Like that's institutional
Terrifying.
gambling.
Yeah.
Like
I love it. It's
Institutionalized-
great. It's
institutionalized
wonderful.
gambling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You can't. Yeah.
Office-
Your
office
bill
score
can't
gambling.
pass until you get a jackpot on this slot machine. Yeah.
Oh, I was
That's-
playing like a
that's
poker
how
tournament
jobs-
and everyone's like playing
That's
to
how
see
job
which laws
searching feels
pass.
like nowadays.
Oh, that's
Uh,
too good.
This looks really good to me. I think we could probably vote if y'all are ready.
Yeah, let's hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will set up a little voting thing. It's going to come up with a dialogue on your screen here in a second, where you'll be able to join. And then once you join, then there will be a like a little plus symbol on each of these groups of sticky notes, and so you can just put one vote per group or individual item. I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we have to vote for 2.
Just 2?
Yeah. Isn't that going to be fun?
I
You have to pick your
disagree.
2 favorite.
You have to be... okay.
Okay. So you should see the dialogue. Just click join, and then you can vote. I'm going to have a really hard time.
I know. I'm like, do I
shouldn't have
vote for
done
one
this.
that I think everyone else is going to vote for that's probably going to make an end anyways? Or do I go like stray? Chat says that you have a weird definition of fun, Will.
Hey, you know what? I'll agree with that, chat. Okay, we're done. We voted. Results
Let's see.
coming up.
Oh!
wow.
I've never seen this before. I've never seen this happen.
No, me neither.
Look at that.
Me neither.
Oh, wow.
I really did think about voting for this one
did
with
too.
the closed spaces and the
Yeah,
heist, but I was
everybody
like,
does that.
yeah, but
Will,
if
I
I
literally
only-
voted for it and then took my vote off and put it on
Yeah.
the other one.
yeah, I came very close. I really didn't think that this would happen. I'm very surprised. This is cool.
I feel like we should have one more vote with the spares.
A vote with the spares. Well, the good
it's hard
news is
because-
that this world is going to get published in a game that Em and I are making, and we can choose whatever we want. Em, do we want heists and closed spaces?
Yes!
And things? Okay.
That sounds fantastic. Like,
We're
I would,
gonna
play,
include it.
I, would,
honestly.
I would play the hell of a closed
Yeah.
space maze heist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to include it. It's in.
Honestly,
Cool.
none of these concepts are at odds with one another.
No, they're all
No.
Yeah,
compatible.
they are all compatible. So whether we
How
put
many
it on
worlds? How many worlds have you not designed yet?
Yeah, no, that's really good. Okay, so with that in mind, this is our canon for this world. We'll move on. We want to just remember, hey, we're avoiding sort of pre-written fate, and that written records can turn into pre-written fate potentially. That when you write something, it can't be erased or covered up, and so like that's not good and people
That
don't like it.
that is kind of like in the bureaucracy world, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. And we've got this cause and effect freedom of choice thing happening. So, and no wheels. Now we're going to go into the big picture. So this is one of my favorites and it's M's least favorite. So we're going to do the big picture, and the big picture is all about how does this crap work? So now we have, we know that there's like probably some level of, potential technology. What does that look like? If there is the hand of fate or something at play, how does that work? Right? If there is some sort of magic, how does that work? Like how does it all work? And also like anything to do with, you know, um, gosh, like large things that you could point to on like a globe, right? So we're not talking like, a building or even really a city. I mean, I guess you could point to a city, but if there's something that's really important that you could point to on a globe or on like a scale model of a planetary system, good. This is the time to do that. Other steps later on, we're going to get into things like culture and organizations and how people think about their history and the past and secret groups and all that sort of stuff. Landmarks, which is a much more detailed version of places, right? Like a building or a statue or a canyon or something like cave, right? And then people and then goodies. So big picture, the most confusing section for almost everyone is higher level than all of that, but more detailed than what we just did.
Okay.
So we're going to do 2 minutes again.
The dice say 3.
The dice say 3. Smooth groove.
Smooth.
I feel like I need to pull
ready.
my mic back close and say that again, but I won't. Okay, here we go. 2 minutes. Huh. Of course.
Will, does this count as a big picture?
100%.
Okay.
I needed 5 minutes for that.
Yeah, I needed like at least 2 more minutes. But okay. Okay.
Okay, we need to read again. Joanna, would you like to read these ones for us?
Yeah, sure. Let me just. Can we just like organize it in a line, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, so big picture. First one is a city made of buildings with infinite floors. All look the same. Religious capitalism beliefs, gods of merit. Everything is rigged slash fixed. Nothing is rigged slash fixed. World that has a currency in chips. These are given to you at birth randomly. Everywhere is connected, even if only underground. Choice is currency. Greed is a sentient disease that talks people into trying one more time. Some casino sections have different themes. Some are scary, some are opulent. Different sections of the casino world is only available when you have enough fate points. Luck or fate is a measurable thing that is doled out in chips. This is a support world. Basic needs are provided by other places and controlled by fates. Fate is a sentient being people can't see, but it's there. They look like civil servants, but huge. Occupation colony.
These are so interesting.
All right. Well, let's start by asking clarifying questions if we have any.
I think that we are way more in agreement this time than in the last
Yeah.
one. Like, this is very much this like kind of all these things work almost seamlessly together. I don't see any except the two yellow ones that
These two.
are designed to be in contradiction. Most of the others kind of seem to be part of like the same thing.
Yeah. Well, if we don't have any questions, then let's move on.
I think I do have a question.
You have one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a question like word has a currency chips. These are given to you at birth randomly. Like, are people born in this world?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah, because being born is part of something somebody else chose for you in a way, right? So, you don't choose to be born. You're brought into the world. So I think that maybe born or brought into the casino or born into the world, but you basically like dropped into this world without having any say in it. If that makes any sense? Because what I liked about that idea was that everybody, and it's very much real world capitalism, but it's like every single person is born in a set of privilege or a lack of privilege, but this world kind of shows it with numbers and shows it with chips and you and see it's on your face. Like,
yeah, like I feel like you have to have a clear backpack that you carry around your chips in so everybody can see like how many chips you have or something. I don't know.
I really like the phrase you use, like people don't choose to enter this world. Like, I think this is way more interesting for me rather than imagine someone being born in this world. Like, do you know the concept of liminal spaces for like back rooms? Like when you can
airport aisles.
Yes, like a place where, and I think it's an interesting thing. Some videos of back rooms, like people are just like walking on the street and suddenly they fall into a back room. Like, maybe this is an interesting concept for this world. Like, it's an adjacent world to other worlds that you can fall randomly at any time and you can't get out of. Like, welcome to, like, you can be like even like being received by someone. Like, yeah, welcome to this world. Here's our chip.
What if you're taken?
Maybe when you get so greedy, like you have the most intense feelings of greed, you fall into this realm and you're like, heaven, but it isn't.
That's
Yeah.
interesting too. Like, but I think I like the idea more of being like completely random. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're greedy or not. You just fall
Yeah.
into it by chance. You know, I think this is really interesting take on. Like, I don't think it's 100% aligned with the concept if the world feels 100% like a punishment. You know, like
Mm.
if it's
Like an unchosen purgatory.
yes,
True.
exactly. Like if it's truly by chance and many type of people can fall there, I think it would be like a way more interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
So you randomly show up here, and then you were given your chips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are born in a way, just not
Yeah.
like
It's a
traditionally
rebirth.
born.
It's
Yeah.
not born. Yeah.
And one of the things that could be interesting is you get dumped into a world, you're given a random amount of chips, but again the system is rigged. So after you are in the system, you are being forced to use the chips. You're being forced to. I played once. One of my favorite LARPs that I've ever played by this game designer called Nick Fortunio. He did a game. I wouldn't like to spoil it a lot. I don't think the rules are online, but I wouldn't like to spoil it. But basically, at the beginning of the game, you were dumped inside of a train, and you were giving 100 tickets, and the tickets said things, and you could use those tickets as currency. And part of the game was like using them displeasantly, but in the end, and the game designer, the game director in the LARP never told us what those tickets were. He just basically said they're there for you to use them or have them or keep them, do whatever you want with them. So people like spend the entire game like exchanging and buying things with them, and in the end, only the people who had kept the most of their tickets got a good ending. So, but because the game was kind of prompting you to that kind of addictive idea, kind of like if you have currency in your hands, why aren't you using it? Why aren't you exchanging it? So in a way, I like the idea of a world in which like you get dumped into the world, go like, here are your 100 chips, enjoy, have fun, but in the end, there's consequences for using them. There's consequences for spending those points fate gave you.
I think that really aligns with the idea of religious capitalism, because if you think about it, we are all forced to participate in a capitalist society. Like if you don't use your chips, you don't eat, you don't like you can't maintain a lifestyle in a way. So maybe this world is about that. Like you are forced to use your chips because you need to use them to get everything in this world. Like you need, if you want to get food, you need to gamble. If you want to do something, you need to gamble. Like
I'm liking
that
this
might be
as a counterpoint to justice now, Em. I feel like I like this concept. This is good. One thing that I want to make sure that we consider as a group somewhat, right, is that every one of these realms has a rising age and a falling age, right? So if we're saying, hey, we're level setting on people show up here, they're given chips, they can go forth and spend them and gamble with them, and probably everything's going to be mostly okay. Like that's got to be a rising age sort of scenario in some way. What's the falling age look like? How does the world change in such a way that pretty much everyone agrees it's miserable and they hate it, right? And so that's that something needs to be done about it, because otherwise it's sort of this, complacency where, people feel like at least it's okay. Hey, well, at least they gave me chips when I got here, right? At least I wasn't given nothing.
Yeah.
And I can still survive and I can do the things that I need to do. And hey, maybe there's a chance that I'll get really rich and get lots and lots of
maybe
chips.
I do have more chips than my neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
But showing your chips is taboo, right?
Right.
And talking
that's
about
interesting.
and talking about how many
now
chips
you're
you
talking
have
about actual
is...
capitalism. So I think that's good. That maps well. That maps well.
And I can 100% see a falling age for this world. Like I think this world is bound to fail when enough people decide to stop playing altogether.
Mm,
I don't know, like if
interesting.
people refuse to
Yeah, if every
participate. in
if
the
everybody
But if
shared
we're
if everybody
if a
shared their
character,
chips and nobody
yeah,
played the game, everybody would have
Exactly.
enough.
And the
And now
fates wouldn't
now
have their
we've
chips
invented
back.
socialism.
I like that, but also
I
I
really
don't
like
want to
that.
put a character in a place where they're defending like the bad practice, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want them to be able to get to something better than, or maybe what's better is, can come out of that. But I think I want an easy path and maybe a hard path
Yeah.
to something better. The easy path is, hey, at least maybe we can get it back to the way it was. That was better than nothing. And the hard path is, what's better than both of these things? Let's go to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the reason I had thought about a god of merit is because it's kind of like this concept that is in clash with itself, which is like if there is a way out of this world, if there is a way to win this casino, if there is a way to be the big kahuna in this casino, it's not even because you were lucky. It's because there's like this god of luck or this god of fate or this god of merit that is telling you how lucky you are. Kind of like a
Mm-hmm.
motherly wicked figure.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Okay. We got to move on or we won't finish.
Okay.
So
Good.
let's talk about, actually, you know what? Let's vote. We agree we like
Okay.
pretty much all of these. So let's vote on them.
We're not
I'm
even
gonna
gonna combine.
I don't think we're going to combine. Nope.
Okay.
We'll see what comes out of it and we'll make some combinations based on that.
Can we get 4 votes?
We'll get more votes. Don't worry. We'll get 5 votes.
Nice. Okay.
I will be generous. Okay, so you should get the prompt to join.
Five votes wasn't enough.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's the same situation as the other one. Like they are all so connected that if you're voting for one, you are basically voting for at least 3 other more. So
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I don't know if I liked the things that I voted for. I mean, I like them, but I'm not sure how they all fit together. Okay.
Let's see how it works.
You can.
Let's find
wow.
out. Ooh,
A little more split this time.
that is divergent. I like it. Okay. I'm gonna move some of these down here to the bottom. Okay. We got some that had 1 vote. Move those down a little bit too. So our top vote getter that we all agreed on is the world has currency and chips. We love that.
yeah.
That was brilliant. All right, we've got, this is a support world. Basic needs are provided by other places controlled by fates. That's in. We've got the fate is a sentient being that people can't see, etc. We've got also the greed is a sentient being. I'm going to group those together because I feel like they belong. And then we've got the religious capitalism is happening. And then the rest of these with the 1 vote, I think Em and I might play with them a little bit. Do we have any we want to just say yes to? Or do we feel like we're good? Do you have any that really speak?
Yeah, no, I think the other ones really like complements those in a way. So
Yeah, I mean, we could just leave them all in, I suppose.
yeah.
Why don't we leave them in the middle?
Okay. Let's leave them in the middle.
We'll think about it.
Okay. I think if they get built on further, then they'll probably become canon. How about that?
Okay. That
Yeah.
sounds good.
Let's do that. All right. So this is what we have so far. Next step. Would you like to describe culture and organization, Sam?
Sure, I can absolutely do that. This is going to be like the beliefs of this world. The people who live here, what they look like. Are they humans? Are they not humans? Are they some kind of like energy being? Literal
Yeah.
souls wandering around? Like that sort of thing. We can put stuff like legends or really important past events in this section. Secret groups, people who are controlling everything behind the scenes. What schools do people attend? What are the really important institutions here? Like, what are the academies? Is there Costco? Stuff like that.
Is there Illuminati? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Casi Illuminati.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So 2 minutes again, I think.
Okay. Are we rolling
Everyone-
for music?
Yeah, we need to.
Okay, I rolled 4. I think I've rolled 4 before, but that's what
Calm
the fate
flow.
has dictated.
Fate has done this to us.
It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I will read them. We have the dealer and overseeing hand that distributes fate. We have a belief that this place was once a fallen god.
The whole place? That's cool.
We have loan offices when you're out of chips and need a helping hand. We have the fates are supreme rulers of this world. They control everything, every aspect of the daily lives of the citizens. The house, a cathedral that always wins. People here all look the same to you, even though they all came from various realms.
Ooh, I like this
Interesting.
one.
Education is not a thing, as learning history might compromise the randomness.
Oh, wow.
Markets, healthcare. This is too real. It's too real.
Hey, that hit deep. That hit my heart.
Markets, healthcare, fun, and other daily necessities are regulated by dealers, and whether you have them or not is up to luck. We have everyone is assigned a bureaucrat familiar. These are linked to your soul and report to management about your behavior. Yes.
This is Big Brother territory. Like.
I like the idea of having like a familiar like that wheel of the golden compass, and everybody's assigned like a little animal, but it's just like a little bureaucrat.
A little bureaucrat. Amazing. The Hall of Embellishment, a service that will make you look more opulent than you are. Belief, everyone wins big at least once. People,
There
long-limbed.
is.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to stop you for a second. There is this thing called the Big Bear phenomenon. I think that's the name. I might be completely misquoting this, but apparently TikTok works this way, in which, when you go to a fair and there's always this child that has like a massive bear that he just won, and he's like parading around the fair, and everybody goes like, "Oh, I want to win the bear," like that little kid. So everybody goes on the chance games and spends a lot of money trying to like hit the targets or like win the little games of chance, and nobody wins. And as the fair is closing, you find out that the kid who owns the massive bear is actually the fair's owner's son, and he was just
Is this a thing?
well, that's basically how TikTok works. TikTok will randomly I choose one video and be like, I'm gonna give this person 1 million views, and then all of their friends go like, oh shit, M got 1 million views. I'm gonna do whatever M is doing and see if I can get 1 million views. And that's how TikTok kind of inflates groups of friends that have not many views and makes them do the same thing. You just pick, sometimes randomly and sometimes algorithmically, they pick like one account, one person, and that account gets like completely like buffed up, or like those 10 accounts, and then all of your friends are like jealous of your views and start doing the same thing you're doing. It's like it's kind of like in that system, and I kind of feel this world is kind of there in a way.
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
I like that.
That is. I do too. Couple more to go through really quick, and then we'll go through questions. So we have people, long-limbed, odd colors of skin, differing eyes. Okay. And then we have amusement park made of wheels of fortune. Everyone spends their chips here to feel alive a little.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's great.
That's cool.
Okay, questions?
I like all of this, to be honest. Like, I think, like, this all can coexist.
Yeah.
In a way, like.
Yeah.
This right here, this made me think that this is actually a game. Like, all the different fates from all the different pantheons came together, and they're like, let's play a game. And then they brought people here in order to compete in an actual world of fate.
They're rolling
Everyone's
people like they're rolling dice.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, that's super interesting.
Yeah, and whoever's people win the most, that fate wins.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
And then maybe like a falling age is when a bad fate, like if this that Loki's in charge. We need somebody else to win now.
That's interesting.
That. Oh, that's pretty cool.
I like the idea of a bureaucrat familiar too. I think this goes a lot with the idea of dealers, like regulating the daily lives of those citizens. Like we have the fates, but we also have like some minor authority within like the realm itself. That's interesting.
100%.
Yeah. Ooh, this is good stuff. I'm looking at chat. I don't know at what point this came up, but I appreciate it.
And everyone collectively cried, just weeping everywhere.
All right. Well, let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. The familiar idea is brilliant. How many chips to make it happen? All the chips, Katie. All the chips. No, just kidding. So do we have any of these we want to propose to group together so that they, are like, we feel like these things really cleave well together? I think we have time to maybe do.
I'm with Joe here. I think that all of them, in one way or another,
They sure kind
can
of do.
perfectly coexist.
Yeah, we've done a great job, I think.
The only one I think I want to know more about is the house concept, like a cathedral that always wins. What does that mean?
It was kind of jumping into the same idea of the casino cathedral casino religion. So like the main like belief system in this world is like represented by this cathedral fate, and it's called the house, just to like double down the casino aesthetics, and they always win because that's what the house does.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we could vote. I think that would be the obvious next place to go.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about it. I mean, we could group the two people things together, potentially, right?
Yeah.
If people like the idea of the people who live here looking like that, I'm also okay with everyone being like something else.
So, sort of what I was thinking with this one is that they look to themselves like themselves, but to everyone else, they look like everyone else.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So they could all look like this,
Mm-hmm.
except that they don't look that way to themselves.
I'm down with it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You like that? Okay.
Yeah.
That's such a cool idea of like mirrors revealing like your true self. Like if there was a mirror in the casino and you happened to look up from the haze, you would see a world of just like a bunch of different people, and then you're like, "Ugh, that was weird." Look back down.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be interesting. Okay. Any others? Just really quick. I don't know that there are.
I think the bureaucrat familiar and the dealer, like stuff being regulated by dealers, kind of go together. Like someone that reports your behavior day to day life, and being
Like credit score
distributors
for
of fate.
fate.
Yes, the
Mhm.
orange one also, like the healthcare market services and fund are regulated by dealers, and those two, I think it goes together.
Do you both agree with those together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's great. I can't win.
I
There we
like
go.
the amusement part made of Wheels of Fortune. Like
I know.
I
So
immediately imagined that.
okay, I think I'm ready to vote.
We should vote. If you're ready.
Vote.
All right, let me set it up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 votes. Pick your 3 favorite.
This just gets more and more difficult every time.
Ugh.
I'm watching
Yeah.
your voting, Will.
Stop it.
3 were very tough.
It was
very tough.
extremely difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Okay. But we did remove a few. So that's okay. All right. So this one, number 1, vote getter. We have several 2s. Okay. And then we did have that one. I think
It's
we
okay.
could put
We'll leave it in the
for-
middle, and maybe it'll happen, and maybe it won't.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, let's do landmarks. So landmarks is your
So,
places
maybe
you could
the
point
like.
to. Oh, sorry.
No,
Danielle.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say some of the ones in the left also count as landmarks, so new landmarks.
Right. Yeah. These are, well, so generally the idea is if it's in culture and orgs, then there's probably more than one landmark,
Mm.
right? Like this is a series of like if we say like the house, then the house probably has offices all over
Oh, okay.
right?
Good.
But a landmark is a specific place with a name and a location, right? So you can do proper names here. That works really well. Locations, like you could talk about specifically where it might be. If it's next to the restrooms, then it's next to the restrooms, right? If it's over in in the poker hall, then it's over by that, right? But wherever it may be, it is someplace you could point to on like a map of the inside of a building or the map of a street or of
Perfect.
streets. So, okay, we'll do 2 minutes for this one as well, and we'll go ahead and start. Oh no, wait, stop. We need a roll.
Oh,
Roll.
you're right. My bad. My bad. Oh, it landed like this. It was like tilted. I don't know what that means. 5.
5. Chill Beats. Okay, an old classic.
I don't know if it counts as a landmark.
This is very fun.
This is very fun. I like all of these.
Okay. I finished my last one.
Okay.
Chips for dips.
I was having trouble coming up with ideas, so I wrote a couple that are
I'm super curious about Security
Questionable.
Station 187.
You don't want to go. You
No.
don't want to go to Security Station 187.
Oh
Terrible.
wow, yeah, you do
Oh,
not
wow.
want to go there ever.
No.
Or maybe you do. Maybe that's where you win. That's where you collect your prize.
It's a secret club.
You've won the grand jackpot. Please report to Security Station 187.
Yeah, that sounds. This is not this. This is George Orwell. This is very Orwellian.
All right. Who's reading? Em,
I
is
think
it
it's
you?
my turn. I haven't
Okay.
read yet.
You should do it.
Okay. We have ATM Shop, where you buy your own ATM. The Courthouse looks like a gambling house, but has a judge dealer that deals with every criminal case.
I
Smart.
like that.
The Rail, a transport system like a roller coaster.
Oh, I love that so much.
That's awesome. And
Mhm.
you don't choose where you go.
You just hop on and you get off when you're gonna hurl. The Lovers, moving statues that act out plays in the center of a grand fountain.
Beautiful.
Disco Suerte, a club where music is always random. Hilarious. They actually have a giant D6 and people like pull it down like sorry and let it go. It bounces around and then plays a song.
And
based
it
on
always
the
lands
vibe.
on chill funk.
Brazilians would not accept that. Like, we would not.
Oh, that's
They
too
would
funny.
definitely not.
Fate Gambling, a place where you can gamble directly with a fate with great rewards or consequences. That's
That's
terrifying.
fantastic. That's fantastic.
The Lounge, a place of comfort to rest between gambles. The Statue of Luck. Security Station number 187. The most glorious fountain where everyone throws chips and wishes. Wishing
Ooh.
Well, a huge cavern that people toss sacrificial chips into in order to change their luck.
What's a sacrificial
Look at those.
chip? Like, that sounds ominous. Like,
Bingo Park, all the gardens are bingo squares. So smart.
this is
Chips.
this is my worst nightmare, I think. Like,
Oh,
And you get to draw it.
oh Lord. Great imagery. I would hate it to be there.
Chips for Dips. The last known dealer's hall. Restroom C8A. I'm scared of restroom C8A. Neon Sky. The sky is always neon, never dark. And Dips for Chips. Wow.
We're getting 5 votes this time.
At least.
I think
Right?
these two. I think Chips for Dips and Dips for Chips are probably both restaurants.
That's
And they're
too funny.
right in front of one another.
Yeah,
They're
right
competing
right
nacho
next to each
bars.
other. Competing nacho bars.
Actually, all the dips that you saved for one, you can pay for in the other. So it's like this, and some people just like endlessly like just hop from one another and never leave.
I keep
It's
imagining
the
that
infinite loop for nachos.
I keep imagining that some days they serve bad food and some days they serve good food, and whether you get the
Ooh.
good or bad food, it's up to luck.
That's the entire world, right? I love how
Yeah.
like, every time we double down on that concept, I think it gets stronger.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to ask any questions or propose any combinations for any reason? Because they would be more awesome together than they are apart?
I think that the only two that should be joined together are the yellow and blue ones in the middle. Like they're basically the same
Oh, the
thing.
fountains.
Yeah, the
And
fountain.
the wishing well.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
And
I'm
all
good
the
with
other
that.
places, like they could always exist within this world.
We
like
could put the
Yeah.
it wouldn't feel
statues in the
weird.
middle of the fountain too if we wanted.
Yeah.
With the statue of luck. With the statue of luck too.
Oh yeah, we could totally do that. All 4 of them. So do this one and then that one.
Yeah.
You're making the
Okay.
park. You can put the bingo park there. So it's all in the bingo.
It's in the middle of the bingo park.
The less we combine, the more votes we will have.
That's true. That's true.
I love him being like, stop combining.
We
I
gotta
want more
game
votes."
the system at this point. We need all of them. If we all vote just for each one, then we'll have everything in there. I'm just
All
joking,
right.
Will.
Should we vote then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Setting it up now. This is a lot. Okay. We'll get 5 votes.
I thought you were gonna give us 6 for a moment.
Just 5.
It's fine. We should have randomized how many votes. We should have like. Oh, no.
We'll roll a
we probably
D20.
should have. No,
I know what
a
I-
D20.
I know what
What?
happened. I know
You
what
voting
happened.
on-
I couldn't vote.
Let me.
Are
I'll
you gonna
end
cancel?
it. Yeah, I'll cancel it and set it up
Okay.
again. That's okay. No, not that. 1 second. Yeah, sometimes it's. Oh, I think that'll work. Okay. 5 votes, I said.
You said 6, actually. I'm pretty sure.
No, I didn't. So you should get the dialogue to join. Yeah, sometimes if you
Yeah.
click somewhere when this opens accidentally, then it disappears. I think that's probably what happened.
I gotta choose. 1, 2.
I do like that.
These were very hard.
I really-
I loved so many of them.
I really struggled with that one.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Let's see. Surprising.
Interesting.
I like it. This is great. Okay. Nobody liked the restroom. I get it. It's fine.
I actually almost didn't vote for security station so I could make sure there was a vote on restroom, and I regretted as soon as I ended my voting. I was like, I should have changed it.
Okay, so the rail, universally adored.
Oh, the rail.
Fate gambling, same. Our statue with the wishing fountain stuff is
Very popular.
Very
That's
popular.
cool.
Yes. And then we have station security. I suspect M didn't vote for this one because she knew it was going to get plenty of votes.
No, I think I was the one who didn't
was it
vote
you?
because
Oh,
I
okay.
don't get the reference, but
okay.
The slander.
Disco Suerte, and then we have, yeah.
I voted for chips for dips. I like
Oh,
chips for dips.
but not for the other one.
Yeah,
Not for the
Kristen,
other.
who?
we should have combined them. It's fine. Okay, this looks great. Let's do people.
Okay.
Do
This
you
is one
wanna-
of my favorites.
Yeah, tell us about people.
Okay, so people is essentially NPCs, player characters, enemies. Everybody in this game will get an enemy assigned to them. So we pull a lot of enemy ideas from people. If you don't have a concept, you can just write a job, you can write a physical description, you can write a name, or you can do all 3 in one. So just anybody who you think would live in this world that would be an interesting character here.
Yeah,
Drop it a concept.
It could be someone who is, just a person who's been brought into here, or if we think they're like, I think we talked about there being like dealers, right? And
Mhm.
and you know, emissaries of the fates or whatever, or maybe
The familiars.
yeah, the familiars. Yeah, there's all kinds of things that we could potentially do, but yeah, I think this will be fun.
Security Officer Dale.
Security officer. Okay. We need a new role.
Okay. It is. I lost my. It's 3.
3. Smooth groove.
Okay. Oh, I don't think we've heard Smooth Groove yet.
We might have.
Okay.
Okay.
Truggler Mike.
Incredible.
Right.
Lydia, the receptionist dog.
We do have
And
Security Officer Dale. This is good.
And I love Reb already, like a cashier at
Maybe
Chips for Dip.
Security
Like...
Officer Dale is probably married to Leah, the receptionist.
Of course they are.
All right. Danielle, would you like to read them?
Absolutely. So I'm reading line by line. The 4 families: spades, hearts, clover, and diamonds. They are all royals with a king, a queen, and a jack and an ace. Lucky horse Archibald. Drug lord Mike. Slum dwellers, people that have lost all their chips. Oof, that's hard. Lydia, the receptionist. The mime. Reb, a cashier at Chip for Tip. Lucky yellow hair and a sneering face. Receptionist, dealer, NPC. Welcome to this world, etc. Skoxler, familiar. Really rude. Always forgets to file the reports. Sekhaluk, the richest bastard in the world. Tequila dispenser. They always have a lime.
Oh.
Restroom attendant V. Lenser, a newly reborn person who claims they are Fae, constantly trying to write things down. Security Officer Dale, the person camped at the last penny slot machine. And just Dilfrey.
Dilfrey.
Who's Dilfrey?
I think someone has to be Dilfrey. There are some people who don't have names. One of them needs to be Dilfrey.
Yeah.
I love Reb already. Like,
yeah.
I just love him.
Could Dilfray be the receptionist dealer NPC?
Yeah.
Yes.
Works perfectly well.
I like the idea that the mime is also the tequila dispenser. Like they'd never speak.
You know what? I love that too. What do you think?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Okay.
Lucky Horse Archibald. Such a cool term. Title? I don't even know what to call that. Do we have any other combinations?
I don't think so.
I think Lydia the receptionist and the receptionist dealer NPC, like, unless they are both receptionists. I don't know. It's all within the receptionist role, right? I don't know if they go together or not, but
So true. They could be what are they like in Pokemon where all of them look very similar?
that would be awesome. Like there might be like a reception station on every place, and the receptionists all look the same.
They're like, oh, Dilfray. Actually, it's Lydia.
Yeah, exactly. But there's no discerning characteristics between the two. Like,
I'm good with that.
Because everybody looks the same.
yeah.
You okay with that, Danielle?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Good. Let's vote.
Okay. This world's so cool.
Yeah.
4 votes, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 4?
Only 4?
I feel
Only
like we
4.
could have been a little more generous, but that's okay.
Some people are jerks. What are you going to do?
Every time it's so difficult to choose.
That's why this world is about not having choices.
Ah,
Yep.
so true.
Ooh. Well, a lot of us liked Reb, so that's good. I feel
like
bad
that.
for Security Officer Dale, honestly. Like,
It's okay.
Can't catch a break.
This was very distributed. Like most of them got at least 1 vote.
Yeah, they did. That's good.
I like that Reb also strong makes the idea of chips and dips stronger. Like
100%.
If you voted for Reb, you also vote for chips and dips.
This is going to be a lot of fun to make enemies and things from this.
Yeah.
Turning this into rules is going to be
be a
cool.
blast. Yeah, this is great. All right, we are on to our 6th and final section. So goodies. Goodies are narratively relevant stuff. If there is someone who has a lucky flamingo floral shirt, then that would be something that could be a goodie. They can also be things like vehicles. That's about as big as we usually generally want them to be. And as small as, like a grain of sand. But it just needs to be narratively relevant if we're including it here. The only requirement.
So if it's like the ring, if it's a ring, then it should be like the one ring from Lord of the Rings, right? Make sure it's like important. Okay.
Yeah.
This can also end up being items that the players can have to use, like a magical item or something special and unique to this place.
Or something that like messes with fate or gives them control over fate, or like all sorts of things like that. So yeah, there's some room for fun ideas here.
Okay.
Yeah. Or something that allows them to cheat. I don't know. We
Perfection.
need to know what kind of music we're playing, though. I mean,
Oh, I'm sorry.
the...
That I
Bro.
neglected my duty.
We haven't
One.
gotten a 6 or a 1. Oh, wow. 1.
What do we get? 1?
A 1.
1.
Okay. Sunshine Jam it is.
Sunshine Jam.
Yeah.
For
We'll go out with
goodies.
the Sunshine Jam. All right.
Oh. I don't know if I had good ideas for this one. I tried though.
I had some more ideas, but I forgot the word in English for all of them, so I just
This is my life.
yes.
I'm so sorry.
I think I wrote something Portuguese here just because I didn't remember the name.
Belle.
Oh, that's like a purse, right? In English. A maleta, is that right?
Yeah. No, not the. It's not exactly a purse. Do you know those spy movies where you carry the money on that
briefcase.
square?
Briefcase.
Yes, briefcase. Yes, it's briefcase.
Suitcase. That's right. That's the word I was thinking of for maleta, actually. Okay. Cool. Well, this is a great list.
I'm OCDing this.
Do it. Take care of it.
Yes, please. Joana, would you like to read them?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so goodies. Form P250E, EOY, I don't know. Golden TP roll and Elvis porcelain idols. the last lots of number chips. The lost chip. A random small wheel of fortune on each house for daily small items. A bag or briefcase to keep the chips in. Sleeves, what is up them? A very cool pair of sunglasses. Mandatory and pre-approved approved red underwear. Cologne from bathroom. This music is too happy, just like the people here. Weighted dice. The last Coca-Cola in the world. Paired rings. Let two people talk telepathically. And the tarot deck of fortune.
That's pretty cool. The tarot deck. I really like the idea of the small wheel of fortune. Like, what if you can't make decisions, you like roll what you're having for dinner.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like this small wheel with like some words on them. Mm-hmm. Maybe the words can change depending on what you want. Like if it's a really small item or something, you can roll it and see if you get it. You know.
That's awesome.
I just changed the silly one that I wrote to something else. So
Okay.
earphones that help your sense of direction or something like that.
Good.
Yeah. I think we should vote.
Okay.
Vote vote.
Lots of votes.
I love the last Coca-Cola in the world. It makes me think of like the last Twinkie in Zombieland.
6.
That's actually an expression in Spanish. I don't think it translates to other languages, but people say, "I wouldn't drink you, even if you were the last Coca-Cola in the world."
That's so
Like-
tender.
If somebody if somebody goes like, "Oh, would you go out? Would you go out with me?" And you go like, "Not if you were the last Coca-Cola in the world."
See, I say the kind of the opposite. I say not even if there was a fire. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all ready to vote?
Yes.
Already
Here we go.
6 votes. That's generous.
Mhm.
Whoa. I think we have the same expression in Portuguese, but it's about cookies in a bag. Like not even if you were the last cookie in the Traquinas bag. Traquinas, which is a brand for a cookie. Oh, the earphone idea is cool too.
I was gonna add a card counter. I forgot that one.
Oh,
That's cool.
I'll
I
mentally make a
I
note.
thought about that too, yeah. It's a good one.
Imagine how much the fates would hate that if they accidentally pulled in somebody who was a genius when it came to counting cards. So they win way too much.
They would definitely try to punish them in a way. Like
I knew that one was gonna win. It's really cool.
Right?
Okay. We
The
got our
underwear
random
made
wheel of
it. I love
fortune.
that.
Yeah.
The underwear made it.
Sleeves, what is up them? We got the form, the Elvis, the mandatory and pre-approved underwear, cologne from the bathroom, paired rings that let two people talk telepathically, and the last Coca-Cola in the world. Very
Okay.
nice. Very nice. Okay. Ooh, this is a lot of fun. Wow. Maybe I should just zoom back out again for a second. Hey, look. That's the new
Look
one.
at this.
It's done. Well, this has been a world building stream where we used Arium Create to make a realm for the upcoming tarot and dice based TTRPG called Vi. And we'll do one more of these at least, I think. One more? Yeah?
At least one.
At
yeah.
least one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scheduled in August. We'll do the Hierophant.
Let's bring everybody back in frame. Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Oh man, now we have to end? What a
yeah,
bummer.
I know.
It's very, very fun.
Hopefully you had a good time. I had a great time. I'm really excited about this world.
Me too. It came out really fun. Like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
weird interstice between a bureaucratic dystopia and a casino sounds very strangely fun.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I did. Oh, sorry. I need to confess something. while we were discussing, I was sketching some of the concepts we presented here. So
Good.
I'll show you guys the sketches later.
That's
Please
perfect.
do.
Yes, that's perfect. Well, I was just going to ask you, like you answered my question already. I was going to ask you, does this inspire you to
Do you feel
make
inspired?
art? I'm like,
Yeah, a
perfect.
lot.
Good.
I have
That's-
plenty of ideas now.
That's wonderful. All right. Well, I'm going to give the stage back to Joanna and Danielle, just to tell people where they can find you. I know it's also in the show notes, so go look there as well. But Joanna.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube if you like Epic the Musical specifically. And yeah,
What's
Excellent.
your Instagram?
my Instagram is Joana Chi. I'll send you the link on the chat.
I have it also in the description of the YouTube video. I have
perfect.
for
Oh, awesome.
both you, Jojo, and you, Danielle.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And for you, Danielle?
You can find me on Instagram as DMTTA. And you can find me role playing on Roll-D5, and I'm currently also doing. I'm part of the Castleton project with Winter's Tales Go, and there's a lot of TTRPGs in my life right now, and it's all very fun. So
Awesome.
but mostly, if you want to find some of the craziness that I ended up doing as RPGs, go find me at Roll-D5. Roll_D5.
Crit Award nominated Roll-D5.
Crit
Yes.
Award nominated Roll-D5. Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, it's
Fingers
coming up.
crossed.
Well, I voted for you. Anyway. Em, you want to tell them where to find you? It's been a minute.
Yeah, I guess it has been a minute. You can find me on Instagram as M Earhart, which you can see my name thingy right here. And then I am also part of the streaming group Level 1 Geek, where we do blogging and we do a little bit of TikTok and we do some actual plays, where we make content like about getting into this hobby of tabletop role-playing games. We think that it is something that everybody should join, like, confidence, and we want to bring you along with us. So you don't have to have like a nerd degree in order to play TTRPGs. You can start at level 1 like we all did.
Yeah. Love Level 1 Geek. Very cool. And of course you can find all the Adept Icarus things as Adept Icarus pretty much everywhere, including .com and all that garbage. So thanks for joining, everybody.
Thank
Hope
you so much
had
for
a
the
fun
invitation.
time. Yeah. Now we'll engage in our very solemn and very important duty to wave awkwardly to the camera until the stream ends.
Don't
Bye,
forget
everybody.
to like and subscribe to this video.
Still waving.